welcome to another episode of Point of Insanity Game Studios Geekery in General podcast. I am Al, and with me today, my son, Alan.
Hi.
Well, today, my son and I are going to be discussing Super Mario Maker. And this was a game that I know you really wanted for Christmas. Why did you want to get Super Mario Maker? Did you just because you like Mario games, or you just thought it looked really cool?
I thought making levels was so awesome.
Yeah, I admit, I was kind of skeptical of the game at first. I didn't know if it would be a game that I would end up enjoying, but I've played it a little bit, and I've really kind of enjoyed it as well. I did talk a little bit about this game when my friend Dan from Radio Free Borderlands and I did our Console Wars series, and in the part 3 of that series, Dan mentioned something that I thought really just perfectly hit the nail on the head when discussing Super Mario Maker, and he used the phrase shared experience. And it's taking place in this familiar setting of the Super Mario universe. So I just thought that was a really good way to sum it up. And now, Mario Maker is not the first game that has relied a lot on user-generated content. Now, Alan, what do you think is the first game you can think of that relied on user-generated content? And that was when users could create their own levels and their own content for other players to enjoy.
Minecraft is one of them.
Well, we actually can go even further back than Minecraft. This is a system that was way before your time. Excitebike for the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Really?
Yeah, you've played that game on Animal Crossing, right?
Yeah.
Because one of the things that was cool about the old Excitebike NES game is it did have a feature where you could design your own Excitebike levels and you could let your friends play them. Now, on the downside, for the US version, we unfortunately don't really have a way to save those files so that your friends can enjoy them. I remember that because a friend of mine when I was growing up had Excitebike, and whenever you went and made a level, there was options for saving and loading, and if you selected them, well, it would just sit there loading and loading or saving, and it wouldn't do anything. But from what I understand, in the original Japanese version, they did have the ability to save it, and they could share them with your friends. And there have been other games that have done this as well. One that I can think of, a PC game, Bard's Tale Dungeon Creator. Well, I forgot the name of it, but if any of you are familiar with the Bard's Tale role-playing game series, they did have a Bard's Tale Creator set where you could create Bard Tales games and, of course, share them with your friends. And then Little Big Planet's another one that Dan and I mentioned, and I know there's been others, it's just I can't really think of any right now. But let's fire up Super Mario Maker.
Loading.
Yep, so we are loading up Super
Hey, Mario!
Maker. No, it's me, Mario. My apologies to Charles Manson.
Mario, you died!
Mario got smashed by a thump.
And if you notice, that was an NES flomp.
One of the things I do like about this game is not only does it give you the opportunity to create these levels, but it lets you choose the different themes like the classic Mario or Super Mario Brothers 3.
Let's get making!
Yep. Also Super Mario World, and then the Mario Wii. And, each one of those, it gives you the different play options. Like, for example, if you're doing a world set in the Mario Wii style, you can slide down the wall.
So we're making a level with the basic tools. Well, now, first of all, this is the default length a level is.
Yeah, and don't be fooled by short levels. When my son and I have been playing the challenges, there have been some people who have made some short but really kind of insane levels. Like, there was one that we were actually playing this morning where, again, it was like a really short level, but there were flying trampolines. So you had to jump on the trampolines and get to the flagpole. So I will have to say, one of the things that I do like about Mario Maker is it gives you the chance to, really be creative. And there have been some levels I've seen where it's not just straightforward, okay, run from one side of the screen to the other and jump and stomp on things. I've seen some people make some levels that, actually were pretty creative, where it required a bit more problem solving as opposed to, as I said, just running from one side of the screen to the other. So it sounds like for the demo here, you're just making a pretty straightforward level.
Just a little. Well, just thinking to show you how it can work.
Yeah, and another thing that I understand has been pretty popular with some of the fans of Mario Maker.
Auto Mario.
Yep, Auto Mario levels. And that's something that dates back to, I want to say, the 90s.
I think Super Mario World.
Well, Super Mario World couldn't do auto levels on its own, but one of the YouTube channels I watched, believe it was Gaijin Goomba, he did an episode about these auto levels, where what people would do back then when it was found out how to rip the contents of a game cartridge to a computer, people started hacking games and making their own fan hacks of various NES titles. And then there have been people who have, been even more creative, and they made the Mario auto levels. So I think I see what you're trying to do with the level you're designing here, where you have to rely on being able to get that Koopa shell and taking care of those.
Yeah, this is just a little level. For you to mess around in. And I am trying my best to use... This block.
You don't have to do anything complex. I mean, again, we're just trying to...
Yeah, this is only just going to be...
level.
This is only going to be for... This is just a simple level with the default tools you get, which you get bricks, your usual stuff.
Yeah, and you get a wide range of enemies and stuff that you get to use.
Like,
of course, your classics like the Goombas and the Koopa Troopas.
Piranha Plants.
Of course, King Koopa, Bowser himself, Bowser Jr.'s in there. And then, of course, your classic power-ups.
Now, the last row is for favorites.
Yep. And I believe that it does... what you have access to does change depending on which Mario universe you're using.
Yeah, because if I was... Let me switch to some new Super Mario World and show you. Everything has changed. And some of these things didn't even appear, so they get custom. Like, I believe Bowser's not outside of the Koopa Clown car. Or let me just place him down. Hey, Bowser. Bye-bye.
Okay, so let's go back to finishing up your level.
I didn't get to use I did use everything, so I'm just going to shorten the level a little bit.
Yeah. As I said, we're just doing a pretty simple level here. Okay, so you want your dad to try to finish this level?
Well, I think you probably can beat it.
Yeah, as I said, this is just a very simple level that we're making, and then
you can also put things outside of pipes, so can I quickly do something?
Sure.
That's kind of...
Oh yes, that's one thing that's kind of devious, is you can have it where enemies come out of pipes. I mean, of course, you can do your classic Piranha Plants, but I've seen some levels where people have, like, coins and stuff coming out of them as well.
And also you can... So, Dad, here's the...
Okay.
Alright.
It doesn't look too challenging, so let's give my son's level a shot here. Which... Oh!
Goomba Party! Goomba Party.
Oh, and of course I died. Okay, let's try that again, so... That is kind of... There we go. Got the mushroom, and you gotta watch out for the fireball guy there.
It kind of looks like the very first level. Well, just on a different style.
True.
I'm a little
I am not doing too good. It's because I think it's because of the tablet controller, where I don't play it as much. Is Y run, or is it a different button?
Y.
Y, okay.
This is just...
See, that's what's weird, is because with the tablet controller, I'm used to the... That's right, because with we're in the Super Mario Wii, universe so I can
Ground
the
pound.
butt crush.
It's ground pound.
You can call it a ground pound as well. Okay. Oh, and of course I kick it the wrong way. Okay, we're just gonna finish the level here. There we go, and it only took me, what, 3 tries? But the nice thing about Mario Maker, of course, is it's not just for making levels that you can save to your
So we're going to be doing
Wii
a
U.
10 Mario challenge!
Yep, and this is where, again, we have the whole shared experience where when you do these challenges, and I've seen there's also like the 100-man challenge as well, where...
Superstar Dash.
Yep, so you get... I don't know exactly how it works, if it
If
has certain levels that are stored, or if it just randomly uploads certain levels.
You have to get like around a lot of levels in order to unlock the Nintendo World Championship levels. So you can get the weird mushroom, which is
Well, that was pretty straightforward and
I bet that level could
easy
probably
level.
that was probably should have been set to 50 seconds.
I suppose if you wanted to make that level more challenging, you could try doing it without the
Yeah.
Starman.
Yeah, but that would be really hard.
Okay, so Spiny Tower Demolition. Oh my goodness. Yes, and you can have cannons that shoot out turtles or coins or whatever you want.
Also, this level is another easy one.
Yeah, when you're doing the 10-man challenges here, it's interesting because sometimes you get really short and fairly easy levels. Sometimes you get short but pretty difficult levels, and then sometimes you get longer levels that are sometimes not too bad. Sometimes some of them are
1-2
challenging.
Underground. This looks so familiar.
Yes, it does. So I wonder what's different. Another... Okay, look, question mark mushroom.
I'm a Goomba!
I thought that was kind of cute how they put in the question mark mushrooms where it changes you into different characters.
You can use amiibos, like if you tap in, like, for example, a... Dad, suggest an amiibo. Let's say you tap
Luigi.
in a Luigi amiibo, you'll play it in him and his... Now note in the color is more... Now note... Oh, even though if you're like, it looks like you're small, you actually have a 2 hits, and...
Yep. So even though you look like a small little Goomba, you still have the properties of Super Mario.
Yeah.
Only I think you have a little bit of an advantage because you're not as tall, so you're a little easier to
So yeah, this
avoid.
is also good for making themed levels.
Well, not really much different about this level than, than your standard.
I'm now Peach!
Okay, so they made it a little different. I'm like, okay, that's not really much different than... Oh yes, press up. And this is one thing I like, when you're a character, if you press up, it taunts.
Yeah, Peach just holds her for herself.
Yeah, and then
think...
Bowser, like, goes, roar, and then there's, like, the Mario the Link Triforce heroes, they have the little thing they do.
And also, Kirby does this, like his little pose at the end of a level.
Sonic. They have Kirby in this?
Yeah, and Sonic, when you look, doing... Oh, great, I hate this level.
Oh my goodness. Yes, auto-scroll, and you got tons of winged fireball things flying around.
They're actually just called fireballs. It's like, I have to go now. Duck.
You're doing better at this than I probably would have. I probably would have...
I think we showed them a good amount of courses.
Well, let's keep trying. Let's keep going.
Nah, I really suck at this level.
That's okay. Just keep going. We can get through this.
I did manage to get through this, but I will not remember the pain it took to get through this level.
Yeah, and this is where... Want me to try?
Nah.
Yeah, this is where the multi-level challenges, where you're using levels that other people have uploaded. This is where it can get challenging because, as I mentioned...
Some people are a fan of making Kaizo Mario levels.
How do you know that word Kaizo? And what exactly is a Kaizo Mario level?
It's a really challenging level.
Are you just letting yourself... Okay, I'm like, are you gonna jump guy, or...
At least they're providing you an extra hit, because I think this is going to be one of those challenging. I think you shouldn't go give for the foods.
And here, you want to try?
Yeah. I am activating the pesky paws, Matthew.
So, you've been playing this a lot more than I have. Are there any levels that you remember you've played that really stand out for you?
I personally like those, the music levels.
Okay.
Those and some Fiend levels, like... One of them was based off... In fact, if one of my courses is Eggman Rush, which is a mix of all the bosses from the first Sonic game.
Yes, my
Mario
son
Maker.
being a Sonic fan, he's tried to make his interpretations of Sonic levels.
I made Brain Hill, Wing Fortress, Hydro City, and Launch Base Zone. Blocktown. This sounds familiar to a certain Pac-Man arcade game.
That is true.
Oh, this is a puzzle level.
Yeah, and this is what I was mentioning before, where some of the levels actually are pretty creative, where you have to really be careful on how you approach them.
Yeah, but they give you a lot of time to do this. There's a little chin chomp there just so you just can die if you do that.
A level that looks simple, but might actually be kind of complicated.
Well, really, what you have to do is just keep on going through onto that door. This level could probably get around like some less time than 30 seconds.
What is the shortest amount of time they let you do the levels?
The shortest amount of time is 10 seconds.
Oh, I didn't
I even
think they
played
would,
a 10-second level where it had a Captain Falcon costume.
Captain Falcon from F-Zero.
Yeah, and one of them was a 20-second level, but I usually just keep my time at the normal amount, which is 500. That's the highest, and your default amount. Oh, I hate this level.
Yeah, the auto-scroll airship levels can be really tricky, because, you know, you have to, of course, watch out for the enemies, and then, you know, you've got the screen pushing you from behind, and, of course, you got lots of tricky jumps.
Yeah.
I remember in Super Mario Bros. 3, when you get to World 8, there were some levels in there that were just not fun. That's why I always tried to save the P-Wing till the very last stages of the game, because when I did come across these levels that, you know, were like this, where you had the airships, I could just use the P-Wing and fly over it and not have to deal with that.
Yeah, in fact, most bosses... At the end, we're gonna have a face-off with Junior Bowser if I can even make it there.
Yep.
Yeah. In fact, later, these are winged Monty Moles. In fact, even in one level, which is supposed to be replicate the first airship you visited in Mario Bros. 3, wanna know what they do?
What
They
do?
make cannons that shoot Monty Moles!
Yikes. Quick, quick, jump, 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 jump! Whew.
I usually, I'm gonna have to start killing them
Yep.
now.
Yeah, and, you're doing better than, giant Monty Moles.
Gotta get the mushroom.
Well, at least they're putting the mushrooms in for you.
Yeah, but they're flying.
Oh, want me to try?
Yeah, this is like 8B, but with only 2 mushrooms in
Yeah,
it.
we're probably gonna do, maybe just another level or two, but like I said, we just wanted to talk a little... Yes. I didn't know you could pick that up.
Yeah. The first now.
I wonder if you can make that jump without the...
You can if you're holding a spring. You can carry the spring into the level?
Yeah, you gotta be just right with your timing on these levels, which is something I usually don't have a lot of.
So, another thing I noticed is...
That's one thing I do have to say can be kind of annoying about some levels, is how they do the sound effects. Where, you know, you jump on certain areas or you touch certain things, and then you get like a doorbell or a baby crying or something else, and...
it's more of like a baby cooing.
Yeah, and there's another one I remember there. It sounds like Homer Simpson going, "Oh, man!" I think you use that sound effect. Okay. Whew. Wow, whoever designed this level, he likes these Oh, okay, that was stupid of me. Whoever designed this level likes the Monty moles.
Can I play now? There's a boss coming up. There's a boss coming up. There's a boss coming up.
Okay. I wonder if I can just bypass him or no.
You have to use the Koopa Clown car. I would suggest jump. You can bounce on Junior Bowser. You can bounce on him.
Okay.
Instead of to go all hardcore with the shells.
This is an interesting challenge. Okay, well, we're gonna give one more try here, and then we're gonna call this episode to a close.
Alright, I'm gonna take...
Yeah, it's really luck of the draw when you do the 10-man challenges, because... That's okay, I made the same mistake too. Well, I think we're gonna call this episode to a close.
Yeah.
As I was saying, though, with the 10-man challenges and the 100-man challenges, it's kind of luck of the draw, because sometimes you get lucky and you get levels that aren't terribly difficult, and then sometimes you get some really sadistic levels that... What did you call them? Kaizo levels?
Kaizo Mario levels.
What are Kaizo Mario? Where does that term come from?
It comes from really hard levels that only pro Mario players play.
Oh, okay. So basically the entirety of Super Mario Bros. 2 The Lost Levels.
Pretty much, it's just like that. If you wanna make a Kaizo... I even made a Kaizo 1-1 from the original Mario Bros.
Yeah, or another term that we used back in the day was controller throwing hard, where the level just made you want to throw your controller across the room. But yeah, like I said, all in all, I mean, Mario Maker, it's a fun little game. Of course, you could probably just spend hours just designing your own levels, as well as playing other people's levels. And one of the things that Dan was saying during our Console War episodes that he liked about it, I would just... Can you do it? Hey, nice move. One of the things he was saying that was kind of cool about the Mario Maker levels, the concept is, it's not like a lot of your online games like, you know, Halo or Gears of War or Call of Duty.
Here's what I do.
Medal of Honor, whatever they are. You know, it's like, okay, it's a different type of online competition, because it's like, okay, I made this level, let's see if you can beat it.
I win!
Yeah, you got past that part where I couldn't. Good job. Well, I'd like to thank you guys for listening, and if you are listening to the audio of the podcast, you can go to, and you want to see the video, you can go to Point of Insanity Game Studios webpage on YouTube. And you can, oh, not this level again, and you can watch the video footage of us messing up these levels and going insane. And then, of course, if you're watching the video on YouTube and you want to hear the audio, go to podbean.com, look up Point of Insanity Game Studio, Geekery in General, and you can download the episode. You can also find it on iTunes, as well as getting other episodes. So, please feel free to stop by the Point of Insanity Game Studio page on Facebook. Please feel free to like the page. I do appreciate it. So thanks again for watching, and have a good morning or evening or afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are, and happy gaming.